Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out free picks for today's card. And on today's show, picks for here from the NBA. 3-game card again. We got 3 game sixes. Should be another exciting night here in the NBA. Also exciting in the NHL. 3 elimination games as well from the NHL. And of course, it is a 15-game baseball card today as we start some series here. So it should be an exciting day here. Guys, welcome here to the show. Appreciate it if you give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Of course, set those notifications because we have 3 live shows over our channel and lots of great content here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel with, as we said, 3 live shows, plenty of on-demand content. So appreciate it if you give us that like, that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. You're always welcome to enter your picks into the chat. All we ask is you guys be respectful of that, of each other, and of the panel as well. And we'll get ready to roll here. We'll say hello to Chris, and we'll get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Chris, what's going on?
Not much. Came off a 2-0 day here yesterday. Had cashed our best bet in baseball with the Cardinals, and never fun to fade Skeens there, but seems to be the way to go lately. And the over, like I gave out yesterday on the show, just seems to be the trend this year with him. So he got hit up early in that game there. JJ Weatherholt had a bomb immediately off of him, but never fun to fade Skeens, but it seemed to cash out yesterday pretty well. So did that, and then had the points with the Timberwolves. Didn't need it, but glad we had it. And those 8 guys took care of Denver, which was crazy. And so that was 2 good there, and then had two home runs off the hit list, so not a bad day. And I'm ready to get to it.
Yeah, very good day. Yeah, St. Louis is smashing yesterday. Not only Skeens, but got to the bullpen late in that game because Pittsburgh was trying to creep back in there, but man, they just shut the door. These Cardinals bats something here as they open a series against the Dodgers here this weekend. We'll say hello. Solo, what's happening?
All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. Happy Friday. We rolling. We picking up steam. Nice little card today. Let's fire. Let's make some money.
All right. Yeah, Solo's been on this leaderboard. Has been red hot here on the board. Yeah, I'm coming off a 1-0 day. Yeah, I was stayed away from the baseball card. Probably happy I did because I thought it was a little tricky here for a getaway day Thursday, but was able to get it in here, get the winner here with the 76ers getting it done again. Yeah, just pounding the Boston South, forcing that game. So, there's the 1 game 7 we're going to get, right? We had some elimination games there, but we'll take that here. So we get that 1-0. Rod is supposed to join us, but I don't see a camera here. Oh, there he is. Rod, what's going on? How you do?
I'm doing all right. Kind of figured I'm not sad. A lot of Oilers fans that are sad because, hey, it is what it is. As McDavid said, hey, it's just not a good team, average team. Until you get him some actual players and lean out some players. I think they were dealing with a lot of injuries. Shout out the Ducks. Good job, buddy. You're going to get waxed in the next round. How's that? I don't care who you play next round. Ducks are out. Bye-bye. That's what's going to happen there now on. Just is what it is. And holy, look at the Knicks go. Woo-hoo-wee. I thought there was a glip in the score. I was driving back home and I looked at the score. It was like 84 to 36. And I was like, what? Is that right? Did somebody make an error? And I got to go look. And I was like, oh, yuck. Atlanta definitely fell off the cliff there. Oof. Not how they wanted to finish their season, considering they were looking pretty good down the stretch. Figured they were going to battle New York because I think supposedly they dropped and tanked the spot to get to face New York. Well, that kind of blew up in your face, didn't it? And for me, it's just one of those days I'd love to put behind me. Full transparency, I went 0-4, so hey, it got me. We had a nice big giant winning day yesterday. Gave some of it back yesterday. Heading into the weekend, looking forward to the card. We got some nice MLB games. We got some NBA games. We got the Lakers trying to stay alive, as they say. We'll see if the Lakers can do that. Got to pull one out in Houston. You definitely don't want to have to go back Sunday morning to play a game 7 in LA, that's for sure. But I don't think you wanted to go back to Houston either. So, we'll see what happens there in that matchup tonight. Looking forward to tonight's games, though. Let's get to it.
Yeah, we'll see how the Lakers can do here. 1 day of rest. We'll see what story here with LeBron. And if they move on, they got to play OKC Sunday on 1 day rest or play game 7 with 1 day rest. So no matter what they did, losing that game at home cost them a lot of rest here, not only for this series, but moving into the next series. So we'll see how that rolls. Be interesting there. So we'll get to the NBA here to start off 3 games here. Pistons and Magic here. Pistons looking to stay alive. They're the road favorites, 3.5, total 209.5. There's 210s out there as well. Cavs and Raptors. Cavs looking to close it on the road here. Cavs 3.5 and 4, total 219.5. And the Lakers and Rockets, again, another road team looking to close it out. We have the Rockets here favored at home. The 4s are disappearing here. We're seeing 3.5s now, total 205.5. Let's take a look at the injury reports from these games here. For Detroit, Harris and Werder. Tobias Harris and Werder are questionable. Tobias Harris has been like the second leading scorer, I believe, in this series. He's been showing number 2 scorer in many of these games. Harris, a key contributor, is questionable. Wagner, we know, is out. Isaac there is doubtful. Cleveland and Toronto. Cleveland clean. For Toronto, it's quickly out. Ingram here is showing up as questionable for Toronto. Lakers and Houston. Luka, we know, is out. For Houston, Van Fleet out, as we know. I don't know why he's still been on this report all season long, but he's still. I guess there's some hope that he'll come back late in the series. Who knows? Or late in the playoffs. Who knows? Durant. Well, everyone's saying he's out, but he's showing up on the report as doubtful there. And we'll start it off here with Rod.
Well, the Lakers are sure hoping that KD plays because that just messes everything up for the Rockets in that matchup because they seem to play better without him. He just seems like that cog that just sits there and they're like, yeah, he does score points and does KD things, but tell you the Rockets play better without him. Sit him on the bench, tell you. In that one, I'll lean to the Rockets. Look what they do at home. Lights out. Is it close? Could be going to come right down to that last bucket, so I wouldn't blame anybody if you want to grab that the points with the Lakers as the dog. I believe it was the last game they got waxed as the favorite, and I think that was the first time they had been favored all series long. So I would lead the Lakers because I think it comes down to the last possession in that one. And then the Raptors, no Ingram. Ooh, that's not what you want to see for the Raptors. That guy is your 3-point guy. He loves to shoot the 3. And if Ingram's not going for the Raptors, forget it. I can't take the Raptors. I got to tune into the happy hour show for that one. I need to know if Ingram's in. If Ingram's out, I'll go the other way. I think the Cavs, you see, they got this little streak. They haven't been good as favorites on the road, but no Ingram for the Raptors is just too much pieces that they need. They need Ingram in there for the Raptors to have any chance in this one. And if he's out, I'm telling you, bye-bye. Cavs will come in, and no matter how much we held them up at the border last night, they'll come in and get the job done here in Toronto.
Right heel inflammation is the status here with Ingram. Get those anti-inflammatories. Stay away from all the inflammatory foods. That's what they need for Ingram.
Little late-night Big Mac, didn't he? Late-night Big Mac. No good.
Heel inflammation. We'll see how that rolls there. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, definitely watched that news with Brandon Ingram there, key contributor in that thing. But the Raptors in this series, that's where they've been winning games at his home and covering and everything. So I'll take definitely watch the happy hour. Let's get a little bit more news there. But right now, I'm still going to take the Raptors with the 3.5 points they're giving me there with Cleveland coming in. And then I'm going to take the Rockets minus 3.5. I just think they get it done. KD does kind of get in there. Excuse me. I do think these young Rockets team does create their own shots. And Min Thompson's been doing great. KD does seem to kind of be in there, and they feel like they have to do some stuff with him. But when he's out, man, they create their own shots. They do really well. So either way, I still like the Rockets in here. I think they send it back to LA.
There we go with Chris. On over to Solo.
Yeah, the Pistons and the Magic, a lot of familiarity with Bickerstaff and Mosley. They've been going at it all series. Injuries really affecting this game tonight. But I think Orlando's the side. I'm going to take them on the money line. You guys take the points. I think it's a physical style game decided late. I think they feed off the energy of the crowd. Like you say, the back's against the wall. And then obviously with Tobias Harris being out, I don't think Cade has a lot of support from the supporting cast. Probably look at the under as well. But I think the best play is the Magic. You guys take the points. I'm on the money line. And the Lakers, I think the Lakers in trouble, but I don't think the Rockets can cover this spread. So I'd probably attack the first half and probably take the Lakers money line first half. And I think the Rockets probably pull away second half and win this game.
There we go with Solo here. Tell you what I think here about these games. Yeah, I agree with you, Orlando. It's an ankle sprain for Tobias Harris. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad here because as Solo said, he's been kind of the number 2 scorer. The Pistons aren't getting scored other than Cade Cunningham. That poor guy's got to put up 45. It was 45 a game. They still couldn't cover that one in game 5. And then what I've seen at Orlando at home has just been domination from that Charlotte game when they knocked Charlotte out of the playoffs to the first two in this series. Their team defense has been able to stymie this Pistons team. Pistons is a road favorite of 6 or fewer points, just 8-13 to the spread. The Magic 9-4 to the spread as a home dog. I'll look at them in that spot. I'm just hoping that Ingram can play through that heel inflammation here. I would look here at Toronto feeding through that crowd. It's a raucous crowd in Toronto. They go bonkers. The Cavs have shot really bad in this series here on the road. And the game in Toronto, just 40% from the floor and 28% from three. Cleveland with 2 lifelines. I could see them just saying, okay, let's get them in game 7. I just have a feeling with James Harden, that could be the mentality here. Just how poorly this Cavs team is shot on the road. They may rest at fourth quarter rest and just let's get them in 7. I just think this energy in that arena is too much. I've seen Toronto's home court. It's very good. I'll look for them in that spot. The Rockets' home court can be good as well, and I think that energy will spark them in these young guys. What has happened here in this series is Houston has shortened their rotation. And that's why we're starting to see them play a little better. Some of these young guys have no business on the court in playoff games. We saw that there in that game 3, or was that where they choked the game away? Lakers have really struggled on the 3-point line on the road in this series. And defensively in Houston, they've allowed 48% shooting, 37 from 3. We saw LeBron on one-day rest, and it wasn't very good, right? It just
I think Thompson's going to lock LeBron up.
Yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, that's true. They line him up. Austin Reeves, listen, this is who he is in the playoffs. You never know what you're going to get. That's why after every playoff series, they want to trade. Everybody wants to trade Austin Reeves. Right? That's always been the narrative after the playoffs, is because he went 4 of 16. I know he came back from an injury, got to the free throw line, but again, his field goal shooting is rough here in the postseason. That's always been the issue with Austin Reeves. And Luke Kennard, they figured him out a little bit. They know his one move, and I think they're defending it. And that's why I said shortening the rotation has been the difference here for this Rockets team. And I think we're looking at a game 7. And I think the Lakers really screwed themselves in the OKC series, because now you're looking at just one day of rest. And I think in the first 3 games, they got the schedule already for the second round in every scenario. And the Lakers are not going to have a lot of rest in that OKC series. So they've kind of screwed themselves. Just don't show LeBron the schedule for because he's not going to like it there. No doubt about that. So anyway, I could only look at Houston there in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Let's move on over to MLB for today. Got a nice 15-game card. Start with Diamondbacks and Cubbies. We got the Cubs here, $1.39, total of 7 here. Low total in Wrigley. Rangers and Tigers back home, $1.12, total 8. Reds and Pirates $1.26, total of 8. Brewers and Nationals, the Brewers road favorites, $1.54, total of 8. Orioles and Yankees, it will be the Yankees, $1.79, the total here at 8.5. Let's take a look here at the weather in these games. Arizona, Chicago, we're looking at 44. Oh, it's cold, 44 degrees. Wind blowing in, 13 miles per hour. Woo! Oh, that wind chill is going to be rough there today in Wrigley. Texas and Detroit, 45 degrees, wind blowing out 8 miles per hour. Got some cold weather here today. Milwaukee and Washington, 67 degrees, wind blowing 7 miles per hour. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh here, 56% chance of rain, 53 degrees, wind blowing out 10 miles per hour. And in the Orioles and Yankees here, 62 degrees, wind blowing right to left, 9 miles per hour. We start with Rod.
Yeah, a couple I like in the spot. You see the Pirates hosting the Reds. Well, fade the Pirates until they can beat somebody in their own division. Well, we'll just continue to keep fading the Pirates. 12 straight losses versus the NL Central for this Pirates squad. Yuck. It doesn't even matter when Skeen's on the mop either. They get whooped. What was it, 10-5 yesterday? Woo! I think the Reds come in and grab a win. Singer's on the bump. I like him over who the Pirates got going, and Keller. I don't know. Skeens and Keller look like they want out. I'm telling you, they don't look like they're really interested in this Pittsburgh team at all. And I don't know what it is against the division, but 12 straight, not going against that. And Arizona and Chicago, I'm going to take the over. I know it's the 7. I know it's cold, and of course the wind's blowing in Chicago. But look, Zach Gallen on the bump. Zach Gallen on the road's been awful. He's had 3 starts on the road, and he's still looking for his first road win this season out on the road. He has a 5.14 ERA and 3 starts this season out on the road. He's pitched 14 innings, gave up 18 hits, 9 earned runs. Yuck. That's not good. And then you look at the other side of things for Colin Rea. Last time I looked, it's a day game. And he stinks in day games. Woo, he's had 2 starts in the day, and he's sporting a 9 ERA. He goes 6.7 innings and 2 starts, giving up 10 hits and 7 earned runs. I don't care, it's cold. These 2 starters are awful. The bats will get to them early and often. 7's a light number. Give me the over Arizona and Chicago.
There we go. There with Rod. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at this Texas Tigers game here, Kinsey Gore and Jack Flaherty going at it. Not really great to back the Tigers, but I'll do it 10-2 at home. So we'll take Flaherty there, slight lean to the money line on the Tigers. One of my favorite plays in this one, you got Jake Irvin. It's always hard to back him. We've done it, but him going against the Mizorowski there, I think both of them get rocked. I think Jacob gives up some stuff too to James Wood. C.J. Abrams has been hot. Dalen Lyle's been hot lately. So give me an over. I like the over 8 in Washington today. Washington is 10-2 and 1 to the over at home. I think Jake Irvin can get hit, and I fade the ace there with Mizorowski. I think he can get hit too, and I'll take a lean to Washington on the money line.
There we go with Chris, and move on over to Solo.
Jake, everybody know I like Jake. Let's look at this card. Arizona and Cubs, like you said, Gallen hasn't been great. I'm not a big fan of Ray. I think the temperature is really going to play a big factor. I would probably lean toward the over. Or I would probably take the Arizona on the money line, just a shot at the plus money. Not a big fan of Ray. Like I said, don't love Gallen, but just attacking the plus money right there. Texas and the Tigers, another game. I think weather could play a factor. I think Gore could be solid. Not a big fan of Flaherty, but I don't really like the Rangers bats. I think runs a premium. Take this total under 7.5. And give me the Orioles on the money line. Not a big fan of Will Warren. I know Pavich gives up a little sharp contact, so probably see some runs, probably take this total over as well. But I think the Orioles manufacture a few runs late. Let's attack the plus money. Take the O's.
There from Solo here. I tell you what I think about these games. It's going to stay away from the cold weather games. I'll look here with the Nationals here at that plus price. Brewers not a good hitting team on the road at 2.16. Their ERA near 5 with their bullpen. Nationals bullpen in pretty good form coming in. They've been good in their night games at 255 batting average for Nats. So I'll take the nasty Nats there. Yeah, I'll take. I'll look for reversal. I'll look at Pittsburgh here in this one. The Cincinnati bullpen has allowed 20 runs in their past 24 and 2/3 innings. So the bullpen's reversing here for this Cincinnati team. Bullpen's performed well this season here overall for Pittsburgh. I guess an NL starter with a WHIP of 1.2 or lower in the past 1+ seasons. Reds are 7-16 on the road here. We'll take them in this spot there. I'll look under in the Yankee game. Baltimore just 209 batting average on the road, but getting great bullpen performance on the road. New York at home hitting 215. Warrens has better numbers at home. They're bullpen in good recent form. So I'll look at that under there with Baltimore and the Yankees. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Fix Morning Show. We'll get to block number 2 here with Phillies and Marlins. We got the Phillies $1.19 on the road. Total sits at 8. Red Sox. One of the reasons on that Baltimore game, I think they were one of the 4 teams that played 2 games yesterday and right away got another one and had to travel there. We got Phillies Marlins. Phillies another team that played 2 games yesterday and that traveling here. They're favored on the road here at $1.19, total of 8. Astros another team that played 2 games and are traveling here. The Red Sox here $1.20, total 9.5. Giants, another team that played 2 games yesterday, had to travel. They're at the Rays. The Rays $1.43 now, total 7.5. Blue Jays and Twins again, $1.05, both sides, total 8.5. And then the Dodgers and Cardinals opened up a series with the LA $1.69, total sits 8.5. Juice to the under here. We're seeing 8s now pop up in that game. There, let's take a look at the weather in these games. Then we got here Houston and Boston. In Boston today, it'll be 60 degrees, wind blowing left to right, 6 miles per hour. Philly, Miami will be in a dome. San Francisco, Tampa Bay will be in a dome. Toronto, Minnesota. In Minnesota, 53 degrees, wind blowing 7 miles per hour. In St. Louis, 62 degrees, wind blowing left to right, 3 miles per hour. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at these matchups, hey, it's Wood Richardson on the bump against Corbin. Well, that one was 10-4 last time we were seeing that earlier. So give me the Blue Jays in that one. With Corbin on the bump, they know Woods Richardson. They'll definitely get to him after yesterday's ugly performance there. So give me the Blue Jays in that matchup. Another one I like here. I like the under there in San Francisco and Tampa Bay. We know Robbie Ray pitches well, deals, but it's the run support always for Ray that always is always lacking. And at 7.5, that's inside going. McLaren has he'll have a half piece to start there at home as well. 2 starting pitchers are rolling along. Both these teams trending to the under as well. San Francisco 6-4, last 10 to the under. Rays 7-3 to the under. So I like the under 7.5 in that one. And then Marlins and Phillies, I like the over. We know the Philadelphia Phillies bullpen definitely going to be a little bit taxed after yesterday, and how long is Wheeler going to go on the bump. I like the over 8 in that one. And then Baltimore and the Yankees. Yeah, I'll take the Yankees minus 2.5. I think they kick the crap out of Baltimore in that one as well. Don't bet the Yankees a lot, but I'll take them big there in that one, minus the 2.5. And I'm not touching the Astros or Boston.
Just a note here, as Rod said, a Ray will start. We thought we saw Wisenhunt was penciled in yesterday, so will Robbie Ray to get the start here for San Francisco instead of Wisenhunt. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, looking at these here, I definitely agree with Toronto. In that one, just not a fan of Woods Richardson there at all. And pretty even across the board there, minus 10 on 110 on both sides. So I'll take the Blue Jays there. In that one, I like an over. I think Sheehan gives it up. I think Libator gives it up in this Cardinals-Dodgers game. I think they both get rocked, on that one. So I'll take the over 8.5 there. A little bit of minus 102. And then just to fade the Phillies. I'm not a big fan of Yuri Perez, but Phillies coming off those 2 games yesterday and having to travel in here to Miami. So I'll take a shot with the fish there, +1. I got plus 100 right now, so I'll take the plus money with the fish.
There we go with Chris. On over to Solo.
Yeah, I agree. Give me the fish. Phillies, like you say, back-to-back road games plus travel. Marlins have been better at home. I think this is Willer's, second or third start. I know he just came back. Don't really like these Phillies bats. I think they're a little overrated. I think the Marlins manufactured a few runs late. Sneak this game in. Let's take the Marlins at even money. The Giants and the Rays, not a big fan of McClanahan. He is solid. He is probably the better pitcher, but I think Ray can mow this lineup down for about 4 or 5 innings. I like the Giants bullpen. I think the Rays bats are cooling off. I'm going to take the Giants on the plus money. And the Blue Jays and the Twins, don't really like Corbin. Definitely don't like Woods Richardson. I'll just take the over 8.5.
There we go from Solo here. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'll look at the Red Sox here in this one. I'm not a fan of this Astros bullpen. They've been terrible on the road here. Burrow's numbers have been worse on the road here. Red Sox have been hitting a little bit over the past 6 games. Houston bullpen's allowed 27 runs in their past 21 in the third innings. My goodness. And they're playing 2 games. They played 2 games last night. 4-12 on the road are these Astros, losing 9 units. I can only look here at Boston in that spot. And let's see, I capped the Giants with Wisenhunt on the mound, so I'm going to stay away from that one. Yeah, I agree with Toronto to make the bounce back here. Minnesota hitting just 218 against lefty starters. Corbin's numbers have been better on the road. Corbin was respectable last year. He wasn't that bad, and shows a little bit of signs here. So I'll look here at the I just don't trust. First off, I'm not a fan of Derek Shelton, the Minnesota manager, and this Twins bullpen that has allowed 14 runs in their past 16 and third innings. And they had that blow up in that Seattle Mariners series. So I'll look at them in that spot.
Orioles manager's a dumbass too.
Yeah. And also the Philly, Manley there at Philadelphia. They didn't win yesterday because of Manley. They won because they made a change. At some point, you're going to see the regression again on the Phillies with Manley. Not a fan of his. Remember, he's the reason why, we've talked about this before, why Toronto got rid of him. It's funny that he was working on bunting and fundamentals the first day on the job. That tells you something, right?
Oh,
that's what he
out there?
Yeah. Well, he was the second choice. They wanted Cora. Cora said, no, thanks. I just got out of another. I don't want to get back in the fire after I left another one. He didn't want, so he just said, no, get me out of here. There. I like the over in this Dodgers-Cardinals game. We're seeing the Cardinals bats start to smash, and the Dodgers get the day off. And we saw this in the first series, right? They were shaky in that first series. They went to the road and they started smashing on the road. I think there's a spot where the Dodgers get their bats together and start smashing. We saw that in their first series at home toward the end of this homestand where they weren't hitting, and then boom, they were smashing like crazy on the road. So give me the over in this one. St. Louis bullpen an ERA of 5.34 at home. Dodgers 4-1 the over on the road, facing these bad pitching staffs that give up 4.5 runs per game or greater. I'm not a fan of. Sheehan's been smashed as well. He's an ERA near 5. When Blake Snell is ready in the end of May, everybody thinks Sheehan's the guy that's going to get demoted. So he needs to get his act together, or else he'll lose a spot to Snell, who's already doing some. He's already had two works in the minors, and they said he's pegged for late May to come back. So
we're not gonna throw him in the bullpen. Wow.
Well, they might. Well, I don't know. They think that they want him to be a starter. That's what I've heard there. So that may. Oh, well, so you can never say never, right? He could be a long guy, but they want him to stretch out a little bit. I don't think they peg him as a reliever. LA on the road hitting 297, but their bullpen has an ERA near 6 on the road. So I'll take the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Interesting game here. Could be entertaining series here. Braves and Rockies. Braves $1.80. Total sits here at 11. Mets and Angels. Oh boy, the Mets $1.17. Total of 9. Guardians and Athletics. Guardians in the shelter here. Athletics $1.09. Total of 9. Look out, the Athletics have a winning record. Now White Sox and Padres. Can the Padres cool off the red hot White Sox? We'll see here. These aren't the Angels. These are the Padres. Padres $1.45. Total of 8. And it's the Royals at Mariners. Boy, that just sounds like sleep-inducing. Just mentioned those two teams here. Mariners $1.49. Total sits at 7. That's a low total. Let's take a look at the weather here from these games. Atlanta, Colorado, 60 degrees, wind blowing 7 miles per hour in Colorado. Mets and the Angels, 73 degrees, wind blowing out 7 miles per hour. Cleveland and Athletics in the shelter, 82 degrees, warming up there, wind 6 miles per hour. White Sox and Padres, 65 degrees, wind blowing out a little bit at 7 miles per hour. And KC and Seattle in that dome. We start with Rod.
Every couple I like in the spot. I like the give me the Rockies plus the 1.5. You get a little bit of a plus money on the 1.5 there in that one. With the Rockies, I think they can keep it close with the Braves. Look at 9-4 for that run line for this Rocky squad at home. So I think they keep it close there with Holmes on the bump for the Braves. Wouldn't shock me if the Rockies win that one outright. I think they can get to Holmes early and maybe get themselves an early lead. Maybe a first 5 Rockies play as well. Might not be a bad play. And then give me the under there, Cleveland and the Athletics. They've lower scoring games, surprisingly, in Sacramento. Don't think they changed anything. I just don't think it's as hot yet in Sacramento yet, right? We're not looking at those 100 temperatures that we see. I think they did get hot a little, but not like we have. Well, like you can see in Sacramento. I just don't think we're there yet. And I think we're actually the offenses aren't ticking along. And then we know the Royals. Whoa, that offense is nothing. They got no offense in that on that squad. And them as a dog, I think they've lost. Was it 9 straight as a dog? Or is it 8 straight as a dog? Let me just double check. I don't want to give you 9 straight as an underdog is this Kansas City Royals squad. And Woo on the bump. Yeah, we'll take Woo. I'll take Woo on the run line. I think they win 4-1. Final score in that game. Low scoring as well. I'll give you the under. And then Mets and Angels. You look at who's going. You got Scott going on the bump for the Mets. And look at that elevated ERA up at 9. And then you got Urena going for the Angels, and he's going to score in that 6 ERA. Totals at 9. You know what? I'm going to go contrarian. Everybody's going to jump to the over going, we're going to see plenty of offense in that game. This starting pitcher sucks. That starting pitcher sucks. The Angels bullpen sucks. Everything sucks. This thing just says nothing but over. Nah, I'm going to take the under. I think it's one of those low-scoring ones. Give me the under 9 in the Angels game there today.
There we go with Rod. Both teams, they come off day off to the Mets. I think the Mets, the Angels did. So we'll move on over to Chris.
Yeah, probably not touching this first one here with Atlanta, Colorado. Should be a good series. Can't wait for it. Get my guy back on the 3rd. Spencer Strider is supposed to make his appearance on the 3rd, the last game of the series. So super excited about that one to see him come back, see how he does. But probably not betting it. Just going to enjoy the Rockies-Braves series there. Another one I'm looking at here, Cleveland and Athletics. JT Ginn is absolute trash. 6+ ERA at home. Give me the Guardians on the road there to come in the shelter to beat up on again. Sleep inducing and Royals Mariners. It just sounds terrible. Give me the under 7 there in that matchup. And I'm gonna take the White Sox on the first 5 back. Noah Schultz. I like this kid. Germain Marquez sporting a 9 ERA at home. So we'll take the White Sox to come out hot and in the first 5.
There we go with Chris. Move on over to Solo.
Braves and the Rockies, like you say, clearly the Braves are a better team coming off the loss. They probably get busy. I would never lay 194. I don't give a damn if it was Nolan Ryan. System play, Rockies plus 1.5 at the plus money. It's the only way to attack this game. Mets cross-country trip. Bats have been cold. Bullpen's a little overtaxed, a little overworked. Angels been cold. I think they get back on track. I'm not a big fan of Urania, whatever his name is. I think he'll go a couple innings. I think this Angels bullpen can navigate this poor hitting Mets lineup. Let's take the Angels or the plus money. And Contino, and again, don't really like either pitcher. I think we can see some runs. I'm going to take this total over 8.5 or 9.5. I'm sorry.
There we go with Solo here. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, something about this Colorado Magic at home. I can only when I get to see a big price like that, I only can take them in this spot. They're hitting 275 at home, 444 slugging percentage. Totally different team from last year that couldn't win, couldn't hit at home. Braves bullpen has allowed 13 runs in their past 19 2/3 innings. The Rockies bullpen has performed well at home. They're 7-4 at home against right-handed starters, returning 6.5 units. I'll look at them in that spot. I want nothing to do with Angels and Mets. I mean, that Angels series at the White Sox was absolutely disgusting. Getting swept by the White Sox. I mean, that was absolutely brutal. I mean, I think the manager Suzuki was almost in tears in his press conference, how embarrassed he was after that performance. But, man, yeah, stay away from that one. The Mets might want it more because of all the pressure going on with them, but I want nothing to do with that game. I mean, nothing whatsoever. Guardians Athletics here, and I don't even think the Mets fans are going to travel to this one, to be honest. But I even think the New York fans that are here don't even want to go. That's how bad it's been for the Mets. Athletics 205 batting average in their 9 games against lefty starters. I'll favor the Guardians here in this one. White Sox Padres. I think the Padres get a much needed day off. I think it rests their bullpen. Just based on bullpen rest, I would look at the Padres here, and they've been good at home. And they've been good as a home favorite this year. 8-3 as home favorite of -110 or higher. The White Sox bullpen ERA 6.5 on the road. And Padres, they hit lefties pretty well, 267. But based on the day off, I'll take the Padres because that bullpen has been overworked. But I think this day off is going to help them. I don't think these teams play every 10 games and get a day off pretty much. So at some point, the Padres will be in fade once they start to overwork this bullpen coming off the day off. Yeah, I can only look at Seattle here. This KC team is this miserable hitting team on the road. 200 on the road, 6.66 ERA on the road for the bullpen. Mariners hit a little better at home here. Reagan's have been pounded on the road. Wu's numbers have been better at home. I don't know why his strikeouts are down. I was trying to look up his velocity. I don't see anything wrong with velocity. Maybe it's just he just doesn't have enough. He probably doesn't have enough games in him yet. But looking at Reagan's almost 16% walk rate, that's hurting him there. And a FIP of 6.04, which is worse than his ERA. So his advanced numbers are terrible. Wu doesn't give up a lot of base runners, even though he's pitching to contact. But again, you're asking the Royals to make contact. Good luck. The Royals have not looked good. They couldn't score. Royals 3-12 on the road this year, losing nine units against these bad bullpens this year. The Mariners here are 9-1 with an 8-unit return. I'll take Seattle there in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We'll move on over to hockey. Exciting game 6s tonight. Let's see if we can pull some more game 7s. We need some excitement here on Sunday or Monday. I think a lot of these games are pushed to Monday. I couldn't believe it looking at the schedule there. I believe some of these will go play Monday if they extend here. Lightning Canadians here. We got the Lightning $1.13, total 5.5. Sabres and Brewers, another great series here. Sabres $1.18 on the road, total 5.5. And all these poor Golden Knights here, these overtime nights. They like to work overtime. $1.10. These Heartbreak Mammoth. Woo! They gave up another late goal to go to overtime. This is Heartbreak Hotel for the Mammoth, and they recover. It's $1.10, total 5.5. We go over to Rod.
Right, back-to-back games. No games on Monday. It'll be Sunday if there is any game 7s. If you look, we're already starting round 2 tomorrow. The Philadelphia Flyers are in action against Carolina tomorrow in round 2. So we're not waiting. There's no snoozing in the NHL. No days off. They're not messing around.
That's right. I did read that because of the World Cup. They want to get these. Even the NBA, they're going to rush them here to end it. That's right.
Sorry, no days off. You get in there, get it done. The Olympics made such a big that whole month off that we took for the Olympics and everybody. It's just one of those things. In you go. So if there's some game 7s, it'll be Sunday. And I hope we do. I'm going to take Utah there. Give me the Mammoth to get the job done. They've had the lead coming down the stretch twice. And I think that hometown crowd at this point We got to give them that oomph. They had it last game. And then just that late goal. Vegas just keeps finding that way to get that late goal. You're not going to have it 3 games in a row. Utah forces that game 7. Those two teams are pretty evenly matched. You're looking at Tampa and Montreal. Hey, if you want to bet the final score 3-2, I believe it's the last 4 games have been 3-2. So first 3 wins that one. Must take the under 5.5 in that one. And then Buffalo and Boston. Buffalo was that they had that kind of like the Ducks did. They're young, small organization, and they're excited, but they got a little too excited in that we can get rid of Boston. Now they can get rid of Boston because they lost that last game like the Ducks did. They came down, hammered down. Buffalo plays their style. Boston just doesn't have the offense to be able to keep up with this Buffalo squad. They can play some solid defense, but you're also going to need Swayman to stand on his head and do like Vladar did for the Flyers and probably pitch a shutout, but you can't do that against this Buffalo squad. Give me Buffalo to finish up Boston. Au revoir. Boston goes today.
There we go with Rod. On over to Chris.
Yeah, give me a couple goal scores here. We'll go Dylan Gunther. We'll go Brandon Hagel and Alex Tuck. 1 from each game.
All right, and so it's like me. We don't have skates there. I just have 2 left feet. That's why I can't skate there. So I just have no skates. Rod, you weren't upset. That was legit. The reversal, right? The Edmonton kicked the puck in the net.
Yeah, kicked the puck in the net. Definitely. Oh yeah, I wasn't upset. I was. Like I said, when I went over the breakdowns, I didn't take the Oilers to win the cup. I think I said toss them out first round. I said maybe they get to the Western Conference because they had a soft schedule. But other than that, no chance they were winning the cup this year. That team, just as McDavid said, he goes, we're an average team at best. So you give that average team some high expectations, you're definitely in for some disappointment. And that's exactly what he said in the interview. And I expect I like Carolina, as I said. I'm still sticking with what I said at the start. Give me the Carolina Hurricanes to win the Stanley Cup. Sorry, Philadelphia. You had a nice run. You may have passed the first round. Young organization. But Carolina has been one of those teams over the last couple of years, back and forth. Remember, they made it to the Eastern Conference final in a few, and then just had their struggles. But they got over that hump and got themselves some wins in that Eastern Conference final, and now they've added some pieces, and they're ready and focused. I don't see anybody coming out of the East to beat them. I think Carolina, Colorado, I'm telling you, watch for it. Unless Minnesota can surprise Colorado, that's the only thing that I can see. Otherwise, Colorado has a pretty soft schedule. They're sitting there ready. They've already played their games. They're resting all their guys. So even if they had any injuries, they're going to have, a week off in between the series. And for Colorado, that rest is just more of an advantage for them. They come out of the West, no problem at all. Easy.
That's the way you're supposed to win titles. Play the least amount of game as possible. that's
exactly. Play as least, just like they did in 2022. They rolled along and hoisted the cup, no problem. After they swept the Western Conference Final that year in 2022, the last time the Avs won the cup. So I think they're not going to get it though. Carolina's going to get them.
There you go with Rod. All right, before we get to Parlay Purple segment, we'll see if Rod has a Kentucky Derby pick, or you're ready today with it, or you need some more time.
Tune into the happy hour show. I have the Derby pick, but I want to give you some on the on today's race as well. Right, we got the Friday race that kicks off. So I'll do it as a short. How's that? Be on the lookout for it. I'll plop it out as a short for you.
I think the Oaks will be on. Oaks will probably. What time does the Oaks start? They'll probably be on. Right, that'll probably be on right when the.
It might be right as the same time as we kick off the happy hour, if I'm not mistaken. Right. I'd have to look right at the time.
Well, your Derby pick will be on the happy hour, so tune in the happy hour. We'll probably make a video out of it too, so check it out. And with Rod's, he'll have a Derby pick. I don't know. You also do exacta, trifecta, super. You do the lottery ticket too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course. Right. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm holding the Kentucky Derby down, but there's just a couple horses I need to look at some numbers on this one today because I want to do the Derby double. I love the Derby double. One of my favorite bets.
All right, let's see what time. Let's see what time post time is for the Oaks. Post time, Kentucky Oaks. It's happy hours at 5:15 Eastern time. I would think it's probably 6 Eastern. That's my guess. Let's see what's the post time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Post time, Kentucky Oaks. 8:40 Eastern time. My goodness, that's a late one.
Yeah, later
Late.
start.
Wow. All right, we're going to be under the lights. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Kentucky
under the
Oaks.
lights, right? I think that'll be a first. Normally it's during the day.
Yeah.
But, it's a later one, so that's why.
Well, you know what they say: get that prime time money in. What took them so long, right? 8:40 Eastern time. Get that money and get that pool larger.
Exactly, right?
Right?
Especially on a Friday night, make the race a little late. People can finish work early, head off to the races, have a few drinks, put in that dead money, as they say, into the pools. The ones that are just going by the name. That's what I love about the Derby. It's just they go by the name, and they're like, "Oh, look at that name! I like that name." But if you do look, Derby favorites, fade them. I'm telling you, whatever the favorite is, pick something else. You can't make money picking the Derby favorite. And
what's the number on Happy? Something Happy. I see everybody.
So happy.
That's
the it was 15-1 was the morning line on So Happy. That's a California horse. That's a California horse with who's that? Who's the jockey? Who's the guy that rode Zenyatta? He's the guy that's on it. He's
a lot of people like So Happy.
Yeah, So Happy. Yeah, it's the Santa Anita. He won the Santa Anita Derby, so usually it's going to be. He's going to get the nod here. We see that, but yeah, they're betting the So Happy horse because 50 obviously because it's 15-1 morning line. Mike Smith, the old man, 59-year-old Mike Smith.
That's it. Yeah, Mike Smith. Yep.
Man, he's been on that. He's been around a long time, but he'll be on board today. So Happy, the California horse there. Of course, Renegade's a horse you heard about all year long. You know these horses, but the thing was So Happy, very lightly raced horse. And I think they like that factor about him. But you just never know how they're going to handle that big field. Renegade, I think the favorite's going to be in the one-hole, Rod, right? That's what they're worried about with Renegade.
With Renegade, yep. He's in the one-hole. Todd Pletcher trained that one. Son of Mischief on that horse. So that one hole is nice. That's why I said 4-1. The other one I'm looking at, watch out, the Puma. Nothing wrong with that horse as well. Son of Essential Quality. He won this is the horse that won the Tampa Bay Derby by beating Further Ado. He narrowly lost the Florida Derby to Commandment. So some of these horses we've seen already racing along. But So Happy did win that. He won the Santa Anita Derby. Is now 3-4 in his life. So 3-1 in his lifetime. His own loss came in third in the San Felipe Stakes, 2 races back. So. And he impressed. He didn't look. People after that loss at the San Felipe races was So Happy. He came back in the Santa Anita Derby and won it. So people expected him to have a little tail off after that San Felipe. So we've seen a little improvement. But the other one, watch out. As I mentioned, I love this Further Ado. Further Ado. I just don't like the 18 hole. It's a bad spot. A bad gate at the 18 hole. It's just a tough spot. This horse has
Auxiliary
some speed, man. He's the fast horse in the race. He's got some speed. He's the speed horse in the race. So if he can get out of that 18 hole, you got to get out. You got to get a good start and get out of that 18 hole and cut across the track. Yeah. And at least get to the middle of the pack. If he can grab out to the least of the middle of the pack, he's got a shot as a bigger price there in the Derby. Further Ado, he was runner up, like I said, in the Derby, but he's really improved. And I like him. Son of Gun Runner. It was Further Ado, if you remember that horse. There's. I'm telling you, a dog is going to win this race. Should throw the favorite out. Take a dog. A dog is going to win this Derby. The other one that people are betting a lot of is this 12 horse Chief Wallaby. As an ICAT, he won his first race. Bill Mott trained. Son of Constitution has been second in the Fountain of Youth Stakes and third in the Florida Derby. So he'll be running with blinkers for the first time, but he looks real good. And that some people have been betting that one up. Some of the sharps, as they say, Chief Wallaby has been bet, and he's 8-1. So I think he's in the mix for the peripherals, as they say, the seconds, the thirds, and maybe even for the super. Watch out for Chief Wallaby.
Yeah, we're gonna put on blinkers. That's the race to put the blinkers on. So much distraction, not only from the horses but the crowd. It does. One hint I'll give you guys: always handicap the also eligible. Always handicap because
Yes.
it's always a scratch, right, Rod? Don't get
Yes.
stuck where you hear the scratch. Oh, who's this horse they're going to bring? No, always handicap the also eligible, right?
Right? I'm gonna say, was it 3 years ago? Strike It Rich was off the one of those horses that was the eligible horse, and they scratched one. They put in Strike It Rich, and this horse went right on by and won the whole thing. And it was like, where'd that horse come from? And when you studied and looked at the horse, man, he should have been in there. At least had a bet on him for sure, because he had some speed and had some. In this Derby, a lot of these horses have the speed. Anybody can win it. We've seen these horses have raced each other in a few races throughout the year, in different derbies, in the Florida Derby and the Santa Anita. So some of these horses familiar with each other. I'm looking forward to it.
And the also eligible, the handlers aren't stressful. They're not expecting to race, and the horse can feel that stress from their handlers. Okay, well, you're in. Okay, the horse just feels nice and relaxed, not worried, thinking it's not going to run. Everyone's chill, and all of a sudden, just runs his race. So always handicap the also eligible. Don't get caught last minute having to figure out the horse that's been entered for the scratched horse. Because always there's someone getting scratched the night before. Right?
Yep. Right. Something will happen. Something will come up, and they're like, nah, we're not going to risk it here. We're not going to run the horse. Scratch him. So. Yep.
Because these horses worth a lot of stud money. They're not going to risk that stud money there. They won't take any chances whatsoever. So they paid some of these guys paid an arm and leg. Some paid a fingernail. So because sometimes they got
I guess rich. Yes. Some horses they pay a little more than others.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking this may be the year that Japan wins. There, I've heard some sharp people say that the speeds are very low for this quality of race for favorites. That their speed ratings and they're not as fast as other horses. We've seen horses in the past. So I don't know if they mean that this may be a closer race or they're just not hitting their speed ratings that they did in previous races, but we'll see how it pans out. They're saying that this may be the year that a horse from Japan or a horse from Dubai wins it. That they've not had success in this race. So they're saying this may be the year. We'll see how it plays out. All right. I'll continue here on Tony Sports Show. Time for our parlay prop segment where our Cavs give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We start with Rod.
I think we're going to go with we'll take the Reds on the money line, the Blue Jays on the money line, and throw in the Utah Mammoths on the money line. Little three-teamer for us today.
Three-teamer there from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Chris.
Yeah, we'll take the Nationals on the money line, and we'll take the Marlins on the money line. Give you two-teamer there. A couple home runs I like today that did make the hit list. Saw somebody mention Albies earlier. Ozzy Albies absolutely owns Jose Quintana. So I take Ozzy Albies to get us a home run tonight in Colorado, and then take Murakami to get one off of Germán Marquez. Murakami's absolutely been amazing for the White Sox, so he's really good today. So I think we're going to see one go out of Petco there.
There we go here with Chris. Move on over to Solo.
Yeah, parlay is not my thing, so we're going to go two-team. Let's go Rockies. You guys take the 1.5. I'm going to take the money line, and let's take the White Sox money line.
There we go with Solo. I'm going to go here with Houston Rockets. I'll go here with the Red Sox and with the Guardians there, the Security Guardians. Well, play that Guardians, not like Security Guardians. There we go.
Line's moving too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Might get some plus money on the A's in a minute.
Yep, you might do that. I see it already at BOL. plus money there on athletics. All right. Puppy pick here was, what was it? The Puma. From Jimmy Fallon's puppy pick today from Cal-Dog. I don't know if Cal-Dog's going to play that race today. We'll see how that rolls. All right, we got you through our parlay promo segment. Now it's time to see what our Cavs have for sale over at Tony's Picks. And an exciting weekend of action here with NBA and NHL closing out their first round. A lot of baseball up there on the board. And, of course, if you want our best plays, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Link in the description will get you right over to the page. Let's see if we can get this share screen to work today. I'll hit the share screen. Let me close it. Not now. All right, let me hit the share screen. Make sure we get up here. Share the screen. And it's there. Okay, perfect. All right, let's show you the site, guys. Ready to roll here with our premium places where you find our best bets, our premium plays, games we put our money on over at Tony's Picks here. Rod coming off a performance. We'll see what Rod has for sale today over at Tony's Picks. Rod, what you got for sales?
I'm bringing over to Tony's Picks today. Hey, it's 3 plays my best bets on each sport. My best bet in the MLB, best bet in the NBA, and best bet on the ice You get all three of those plays in the Steak Friday triple. So, hey, definitely jump aboard there. The best bets have been hot, as I said, over the last week, last month. Definitely jump aboard with my best bets. They've been moneymakers, so I got three of them in the package there for you for the Steak Friday triple. So head on over and scoop that up. Better yet, grab that 3-day pass. Let's kick off the weekend strong here. It was a whole 4 days, so you know what happens today. Off on a 1-4 day, usually a nice little bounce back day here to start the weekend. So you definitely jump aboard and join me the rest of the weekend. Lots of good action going. So all those will be single if you're just looking for that single bet. They will be singly momentarily. I got them up for the package there for the Steak Friday triple. So definitely jump aboard. Let's have a big weekend together. Pair me up with another one of your favorite cappers or another one of the hot cappers you can see on the leaderboard who's hot. Definitely pair me up. Let's have yourself a good weekend together.
So I got with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Profit guarantee on the 1-day passes and must earn a profit. Amount purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. Long-term subscriptions also available as you scroll down the page. So get on board with Rod over at Tony's Picks. All right, let's take a look here, see what's rolling over at Tony's Picks. We'll see what Chris has for sale for today on the board over at Tony's Picks. Chris putting together some impressive numbers over the last 7 days. 1,247 units of profit. That's documented on the site. Coming off a big day yesterday. Chris, what's for sale?
For right now, I've got you a best bet in baseball, best bet in the playoffs tonight in the NBA. Before the top of the hour, I'll have a couple more plays in the MLB for a 3-pack. So go snatch that up. Hop on to the long-term, short-term. You guys like that 3-day pass for the weekend. Got a lot of action coming up this weekend. So hop on there and let's just keep trying to go like we're doing. Keep just trying to see the board well here. 2-for-1 capper. Pair us up. Let's go to work for you. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%. And I'm just going to keep trying to do well in May.
That's right. Get on board here with Chris over at Tony's Picks. See the great results from Chris. Documented results here. Green across the screen here. Of course, best bets from Eastern Conference NBA as well as MLB. So get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. And remember, you guys love that 3-day pass here on a Friday. The Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend action. Your NBA as well as your MLB. Big cards coming up for you guys. So get on board and use that promo code TonyT to save you that 15% off. All right, let's see what Solo has for sale today over at Tony's Picks. You've seen Solo has been absolutely on a tear right now. 2,342 units of profit over the last 30 days. Strong the last 7. Monster day the last 24 hours for Solo. Solo, what's for sale?
I got a best bet NBA. I think I'm going to add a best bet MLB. Trying to get a package, but the way I pick my game, sometimes I attack a spot and attack the game more than one way. So sign with me short-term, long-term, pair with your favorite capper, pair with the hottest capper, pair with the capper you feel the most comfortable with. Let's get to the bank and don't parlay.
Let's get to the bank here with Solo over at Tony's Picks. Best bet out here for Solo. But the way Solo's running, you get those long-term subscriptions, try them out for the 3-day pass or get them for the full month of May.
Yeah, probably want to go month, probably want to go full-time. I'm a high-volume guy, man. I'm a high-volume better, so that's how I get in.
High volume betting here. We got at least a couple series in NBA with that 1-month all sports pass, as well as the baseball coming. The W is going to start pretty soon. We got through a couple of preseason games already, so we're not too far away from the start of the W. So get on board with Solo with that 1-month pass, and of course the promo code TonyT will knock off that 15% off and link Solo up your favorite capper here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. So go ahead and get signed up. All right, over at Tony's Picks today, I have a best bet on the board from the NBA. Also, a 3-pack from me with 1 NBA and 2 baseball. Coming off a 1-0 day yesterday. I was light on baseball. I'm not a big fan of these getaway games. So not that I just was 1-0 and just wasn't a fan of the card last night. So good thing I didn't, because I wasn't right on a lot of those getaway games. But anyway, we're strong here when we get to the regular night cards. So we're ready to roll here with the 4 premiums for me today. So get on board and use that promo code TonyT. It'll save you that 15% off. Hitting the leaderboards pretty hot right now. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony Hicks Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. And of course, head on over to Tony's Picks, our YouTube channel. Just click the link once you type us in the search. And anytime we're live, you're going to see that on the top. Our past live streams up there. We got Night Moves here with Ramon at midnight Vegas time. Tune into that, a full rundown on all the games. Happy Hour with Ron here at 5:15 Eastern time. Get all those late informations on these injuries, the goalie situations. Of course, today it's going to be the Oaks and the Derby double and Derby pick from Ron on Happy Hours. So tune into that. And of course, our morning show also archives here on the channel. My compilation videos are up there from MLB as well as NBA. We got the props hit list here from Chris, MLB ready up and rolling here. And, of course, all of our playlists from NBA to NHL to Major League Baseball and more. And shorts, KBO from Ron Crawford, the upload here, 8 p.m. Eastern time for that overnight KBO. So check out Ron Crawford's KBO here on the channel. Of course, Mills will have fight picks for you guys. It's I believe, in Australia this weekend. So lots of great content up there. Of course, Rod, your happy hour here, 5:15 Eastern time. That Derby pick and more ready to roll.
Yeah, definitely tune into the happy hour show. And as I said, I'll have the Raptors pick for you too, because we need to see Ingram whether he's in or out there on that Raptors pick, and then definitely have some Derby plays for you. Tune into the happy hour show. We got you covered as we head into the weekend.
That's right. Check that out there. Of course, Chris, that hit list has been a big popular feature here on the channel.
Yeah, definitely been popular. Appreciate everybody's comments and support there, back and forth. You guys tell me who you guys like, and they've been hitting. I've been starting to kind of shout you guys out on the videos, give you a little bit of recognition there for it. We sniped Ernie Clement the other day from one of the viewers, plus 920, so that was a good one. Appreciate you guys there. You got 5 so far. I'm going to put today's from the morning show in there as well, and I've got some sleeper picks in there, so be looking for that video. Go over there and like, subscribe. Keep up with it. Keep your notifications on. I try to update these guys when they go, as soon as they go, so you guys know. Sometimes they let me know. Everybody in the chat. So I appreciate you guys. Check out all the content over there. Like I said, Ron Crawford's KBO is one of my favorite things to watch. And I definitely always enjoy listening. I don't always get to watch, but enjoy listening to the happy hour for that late steam action there while I'm working. And so go check everybody's content out. Everybody's trying to put in the good work there, and we're doing great. So check us out, like, subscribe, and we're just going to keep putting it out. As long as I've got data, you will have a video.
That's right. Of course, Solo, I know when you're available, you show up here on our morning shows. We see you on the happy hour as well. And of course, 2-3 zone coming back here later in the month.
Yeah, definitely more morning guys schedule opening back up. Been a little busy, but like you say, WNBA back next week. So we lurking in the water, gonna tap in. MLB going strong, so we're around.
That's right, guys. A lot of great content on Tony Pick's YouTube channel. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. All right. Appreciate everybody in the chat today. Made it entertaining as always. You guys there? Anything there, Solo?
I'm good.
Okay, I got a signal there. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Emmeline in there as well. Join us, Richard Lockhart as well here. Yeah, catch up that T-Wolves, getting it done. And of course, Javon Jones, great seeing you as well there as well. Hegburn in there as well. Lex as well. Look, putting together that 15-17 team parlay as always. Bukhari, great seeing you in there as well with your content and your picks, Eric. Man, yeah. If Yurfie and Nerfie, it's up to each capper individually. I deep dive the spread. I deep dive totals and sides, and that's kind of where my strength is as well. Hager in there as well. So appreciate everybody here in the chat. And Cal Dog, always good seeing you today. As see what those White Sox can do here. You see Charm in there as well. Nationals, the money on there today. All right, that's gonna do it for the show. We're back again tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Any closing thoughts for me, guys, before we close it out?
Don't parlay.
Yeah,
I think the Mariners have a Yurfie streak going. I think that's the biggest Yurfie streaks if you're looking for that. But the biggest Nerfie streak is the Padres at home against the AL. 11 straight Nerfies for the Padres at home versus an American League opponent. 11 straight Nerfies. Seattle, 12 straight runs first inning at home for Seattle, which is surprising because that's the ballpark that everybody's like sleep-inducing unders. Well, they've been scoring in 12 straight first innings there in Seattle. And I'm not sure if this is on Chris's hit list or not, but I like Freddie Freeman here to smash a home run. He's hit three home runs in his last 4 trips to St. Louis following a day off. And he's at a plus 750 today. So give me Freddie Freeman to hit a home run.
Yeah, and hitting the game-ending double play. That's been on his mind for me for a couple of days now against the Marlins with the bases loaded. Yeah.
We need Mookie back.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, they're getting good pitching. They're just not the hitting is what's is struggling right now.
Freeman can't hit. I don't know. He's struggling.
Well, there's talk that
they had a day off. We know those bats will come back to life.
Yeah, the day off. It's always going to be some of these blips during the season. There's also talk that Dalton Rushing should play first base once a week. So there's because he's going to play once a week for Will Smith, and they're thinking they want to get him in the lineup more and maybe relieve Freeman So there's some talk there, and I don't think Freeman's going to like there. I don't think he's going to like that whatsoever. They want to get Dalton rushing in there.
But if they do it on the day when Ohtani pitches, it ain't bad. Get that.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's getting twice. You're right. He's playing twice a week. He fills in for Will Smith once. Will Smith needs some. Maybe you might want to give him 2 days off because Will Smith put in a lot last year, and he played in the that little.
Didn't we just pay Will like 10 years?
Oh yeah, he's locked in for at least 10 years. Yeah, he's like a lifer. They gave him like a lifer contract. But man, he pitched a lot though. He pitched in the World Baseball Classic, and he I don't think he missed any innings last year in the playoffs. I mean, he was. Remember that? Remember didn't he catch all those innings in that 16, 17, 18 inning game? Yeah, he's a bad dude. So they got to give him some time off. But Dalton rushing, he's guaranteed for 2 spots for Will Smith and when Ohtani pitches. But they want to get him in there for Freeman, give Freeman a day off, and Freeman's don't want to hear anything about that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Freeman, Ohtani. I got a whole list actually of people that owe me 5 home runs before I bet on them this year because they've just been absolutely just disappointing. And Freeman's on that list too. Before I give him any money, we're gonna bet he's gonna have to give me 5 home runs. So is Ohtani. I think Ohtani's more worried about pitching this year than hitting. He just doesn't look good at all. But I think he transferred his powers over to Murakami, if we're being honest. But anyway, so yeah, there's a couple people. Cal still owes me a couple home runs before I bet on him. Freeman, definitely need Mookie Betts back. Absolutely agree with that. And Dalton Rushing's great. You just got to watch his mouth. He runs.
Yeah, he likes to chirp. Yeah, he chirps a little too much.
Like it.
He's got, although it's not to the point of Verdugo. He hasn't got to that point yet. I don't know where is Verdugo? Is he still with the Chihuahuas? I think he's in the Chihuahuas that's where he is. He belongs with the Chihuahuas in El Paso in the Padres minor league system. There. All right. That's it. I'll do it here for the show, guys. We'll goodbye, guys. You guys make a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony Six Morning Show.